logic. He came at the time of harvest to destroy the increase. Now this is important because he attacks what God has rightfully given you. Oh Lord, help somebody and say this to them. The enemy is not after what's not yours. Y'all didn't get that. I see that. The enemy is after what is yours. Lord have mercy. Do you see that? And so in Judges chapter 6, he comes, now watch this. Enemy comes and with everything, and they bring their whole kit and caboodle, and they destroy the increase of the land, watch this, that the Israelites, had planted and labored for and sown. Now here's the next thing. I'm gonna get about 10 witnesses right here. I might get a J.B. Gallup if I say it right. Let me see how I'm going to do this. The Bible says, Elder Anderson Howard, that when the enemy came to destroy the increase of the land, watch this, instead of fighting for their increase that God gave, God gives the increase. Instead of fighting for what God gave, the Bible says that the children of Israel went to the side of mountains and dug caves in the side of mountains to hide. Y'all ain't gonna talk to me. Wait a minute. Now y'all help me out now. Enemy, they plant, take care of, water in the hot sun, pulling weeds, swatting away birds. Y'all hear what I'm saying? Enemy comes, takes away, tries to take the increase, they run. Watch this. Go to a mountain and inside the mountain build caves to hide in. Every season they would do the same thing. And then enemy comes, destroys increase. They build caves on the side of mountains. Wait now. Now y'all help me here. Help me, Brandon, because I know you're strong in things. Wouldn't it make sense that the same energy that you used to dig a cave in the side of a mountain, isn't it the same energy you could use to whip your enemies behind and get him off your harvest? The same energy you using running from your enemy. The same energy that you're using being frustrated, mad, and discouraged and wanting to give up should not be the same energy that you use to tell the devil, I dare you this year. Oh, y'all, look at somebody and say it's the same energy. The same energy. The same energy you use to be depressed is the same energy you could use to get a shout on. The same energy you use to run away is the same energy you can use to stand in the devil's face. The same mouth you use to speak defeat is the same mouth you can use to speak your future. Look at your neighbor and say, you got the energy, you ain't using it right. Oh, God. I came to release somebody today. I don't know. It may not be all of y'all, but I know if one of y'all going to be released. It's interesting. It's interesting that they built caves to hide in every year. Y'all didn't get this. They built caves. They would plant. Wait now, watch this. They plant the seed, water it, till it, fight for your enemy. Y'all fight. I mean, fight the birds and just fly, only to let an enemy come at harvest time. I'm gonna help some of y'all right here. And then they go in their cave and hide till the enemy takes their harvest. Look at your neighbor and say, you're going to have to learn how to fight. You're going to have to learn. Oh, Jesus, help me. You're going to have to learn before. See, You come to church for a season and you get your praise on and you feel real good. And when you're about to harvest, then the enemy do something stupid and then you go hiding and leaving and go away for a couple of months, you idiot, and then you stay away. And here's the dumb thing. You come back and do the same thing. Only to let the enemy steal it all over again. I ain't got nobody talking to me. But look at your neighbor and say, stop being an idiot. You need to learn how to stand your ground. Oh, God, I feel the power of God in here. Oh, God. I'm trying hard to help y'all and not leave y'all because I'm there. I'm sorry. I'm there because I just reflected over the last 10 years of the stuff I planted and seasons of things that I let the enemy have because I went back in depression and discouragement right before harvest. But I have to now learn, I've learned how to use my enemy as an indicator. Yes, sir. That right when the enemy is about to attack me and he's doing it, pulling out all the shots, I'm using it as an indicator that God has something on the way from me, that I'm right around the corner from my harvest. Look at your neighbor and say, use your enemy as an indicator. Is there anybody in here that's been going through some unusual attacks of hell? Oh, I ain't talking about no headache, y'all. I ain't talking about no backache. I'm talking about some stupid stuff that don't even make no sense. That stuff that they wasn't even bothering you 2 years ago. Stuff that they keep finding. That stuff just keep rising up. And you're trying to figure out where in the world is this coming from. Seeming like when I take one step forward, I got to take 5 steps back. And it just don't make no sense. Oh, God ain't going to talk to you. Ain't going to talk to me. But look at your neighbor and say, neighbor, neighbor, neighbor. Let me encourage you. Ain't nothing wrong. The devil is just indicating that your season is right around the corner. What you need to do is use the same energy that you would use to cuss somebody out. Use the same energy to command your soul. Bless the Lord, oh my soul, and all that's within me. The same energy that you would use to fear. Use that same energy to invoke the favor of God. You ought to appreciate your enemies. You ought to write your enemy a thank you card. You ought to send them some FTD flowers to tell your enemy, I almost missed my harvest. If you had not attacked me like you did, I never would have known what was on the way from me. If you never tried to strip me, I wouldn't know that I had something worth stripping. Look at your neighbor and say, you ought to thank your enemy when you see him again. You ought to thank him. I said you ought to thank him. You ought to thank that one that tried to strip you down. The Bible says in John chapter 10, for the thief come but for to steal, to kill and to destroy. You got to know that the thief never comes after somebody who ain't got nothing. Y'all didn't hear what I just said. He never tries to kill somebody who ain't got everything to live for. He don't ever try to destroy somebody who ain't worth annihilating, who's not a threat to him. Look at your neighbor and say, neighbor, the reason why the enemy is attacking you because you are a threat to his kingdom. You ain't standing by the right person. You got to have somebody that got some gumption, that's got some intestinal fortitude, that got some stick-to-itiveness. Look at your neighbor and say, neighbor, the reason why the devil is trying to kill you, because he knows that if he lets you live one more day, that you're going to wreak havoc on the kingdom of darkness. The reason why he's trying to take you out, because if he lets you live one more season, you're going to mess around and get your breakthrough. He's got to do all kind of crazy stuff, because if he lets you live one more hour, you're going to throw his kingdom upside down. Look at your neighbor and say, neighbor, stand your ground. Somebody praise God. Use the devil.